Okay, in this tutorial I will show you how to insert an image into a Markdown box in Jupyter. So far we have looked at how to format text in Markdown cells, and when we do homework, when we write reports, we may have plots and graphs and so forth to support our arguments or solutions, and therefore we need to know how to insert an image as well. I'm gonna show you two approaches. We have, let's say, it really depends on the image, but let's say you have an image from a website you want to insert. I'll show you that you can actually insert the image straight from the website. You don't just create a link to it and it will insert it into the Markdown cell. You don't have to download the image. The other example is how to insert an image which is located on your local computer or the computer you're working on. So let's make a title here, Markdown cell, and say insert images into Jupyter. Let's make a little break. Okay. So the first one, I'm gonna make a little subtext, is images from websites. Okay. And this is really I'm gonna give you two different approaches here. One is using I don't know if this is like a local to Jupyter, but it's more like a shortcut syntax. I would say exclamation point, square brackets, round brackets, and then just simply insert the link you have. So I already had a link copied. I'm gonna just paste that in there. This is a link to an image of the inside of the Super Kamiokande particle detector in Japan. It is by far my favorite particle detector. So let's see if this works. Shift enter, and there is the image. So if you find an image on the web, this is a quick and easy way to insert that image into a Markdown box in Jupyter. Let me go up here. I want to make some additional text here because I'm actually going to show you an example one. Okay, I'm going to show you another way of doing that also from a website, and that's more using the HTML syntax. So those of you guys that are familiar with HTML, you might just find this easier, more comfortable. So we're starting in inline of a paragraph syntax here. IMG is just showing you inserting image, and then it's source equals quotation, and then simply your link, quotation end, and then we're going to end that command. So that's a slash and then the greater than. So let's see how that works. Exactly the same way, same image, of course it's the same link, but these are two different ways you can insert images. So if you want to go back and just say, how did we do that? Simply take the box or the cell, double click on it, and then you have this syntax. Okay. Now let's take a break here. Not a physical break, but a break in the Jupyter notebook. And then say images. It's a subtitle. Images from local computer. Okay. And this is even easier. Simply drag and drop the image to the cell. Okay. So let's say this is just a single text. I'm going to take the other one and make it into Markdown. So I'm going to take this cell here. I'm going to drag and drop an image. So I have an image on my desktop. I'm going to take that and I'm going to drag it over to the cell. And you can see when I do that to the cell, this cell changes style. That means there's some active component being added to there. And then I'm simply going to let it go. And it will populate the code or the syntax for me. So you can see that this is actually very similar to what we just had for the first example that I showed for the web-based one. We have a exclamation point, and then in the in the square brackets, you need to have the file name. Okay, so let's try and do that, and do Shift Enter, and there it is. This is something. It looks something from a spaceship or something like that. But this is the CMS detector at CERN. My second most favorite particle detector, I guess. Okay, so these are the methods or ways to insert images into a Markdown cell in Jupyter. Maybe a little warning here that if you are sharing this document with somebody else, so for example, if you're uploading this as part of a homework solution, then please note that if I were to send this file to you guys and you open it, you will see the two Super Kamiokande images, but you will not see the CMS image, simply because the CMS image is on my computer. So if you are sharing this file here and you're sharing images that is on your local computer, you will need to share those images as well. And the user will need to, or may need to, change the actual location of that image, because the reference that you put into your Jupyter is based on where you have it on your computer, not necessarily the same folders that the other user will have them in. So that's something to pay special attention to, that you have to provide the images that is local from your computer as well.